Hey guys, I hope everybody's having a fantastic day, whether you're watching this in the morning, in the afternoon, or in the evening. I'm glad you're here. And today we're going to take a look at this little tiny Rough Ryder Reserve Copperhead. But before we get started, I'm going to ask you guys, if you would, please hit the subscribe button below if you're not subscribed, and the bell notification icon next to it. It would really help me out greatly, and I would appreciate it, and you guys will be notified when I release new content. But this is the Rough Ryder Copperhead, and it is a unique shaped Wharncliffe penknife that I think is just fantastic. I keep it in a little epoch slip that I got for a few bucks on Etsy, and it is blue denim micarta with brass bolsters and liners. It has a D2 blade. The only branding on it is, of course, the pattern number, which is RRR016, and then it says D2 China, and has Rough Ryder Reserve's logo on the show side, where it's got the little shield and the 3 pins that hold the knife together. You've got this nice match pull and this nice little angled swedge that comes down towards that Wharncliffe, and it is truly a flat blade Wharncliffe. It's not angled down, angled straight out. And then you'll notice you don't really have a sway back here, but you've got a nice scalloped handle. And this knife fits the hand very nicely for a 3-finger knife that's great for cutting strings off clothes, opening letters, opening packages, digging splinters out of your hand, you name it. And it's got this really nice ricotta here that will keep you from having the blade, when it comes to half stop, hit your finger if it's too close there. It's kind of an extra safety measure. And the pull, I'm going to say, is about a 4, about a 4, about a 4, and about a 4. And what you'll also notice here is, like on most Rough Riders that I've had in my collection, the sharpening choil is done very, very well. And this came very slicey from the factory. Let's find a coupon here. So for a little pen knife, it is very sharp, very thin behind the edge, has great geometry. I can imagine if I sharpen that up, put a little bit of time on the stone, that it would get even sharper. But yeah, it is a great little knife, and I do say little because it is smaller. Again, on this blade end, tip end, you've got this little area where you can put a the little ring, I forget what you call that, or you can put a small lanyard there so that it makes it easier to get in and out of your slip. I can just basically squeeze this slip and it'll drop out. However, it's got enough retention where it won't come out unless I squeeze it. So I think it works out pretty well in there. But let's do a couple of quick size comparisons with some smaller knives. First, we'll start with Civivi Baby Banter. It's going to be smaller than the Baby Banter. And let's look at it next to the Jacob Creates Chickadee. It's going to be right around the same size, maybe just a little bit smaller. I'd say it's right around the same size as the Chickadee. So let's look at a couple of slip joints. Sorry guys, getting sidetracked here. Let's look at it next to the Watchman Brother 1508, which is a full-size Wharncliffe, and then the Boker Club. Boker Barlow. Let's look at it next to Cubis Vanish. A little bit smaller than the Vanish. And lastly, let's look at it next to the Concept Bevy. Another smaller slip joint. And you can tell it is indeed the smallest of my slip joints. Smaller than the Bevy. And smaller than the Vanish. Let's get our tape measure. Five inches overall, with the blade that's 2 inches, a handle that's right at 3 inches. And if I was going to measure from the ricasso to the back of that grip, I'm right at 3 inches right here. And then you guys will see that this blade is very thin. 0.065 at the tip. 0.0255, and then behind the edge 0.0170, and then the thickness 0.39. Height, while we're here, 0.43. So guys, that is the Rough Ryder Reserve Copperhead. It was a little bit more expensive than the Easy Pull, even though it's a smaller knife, same materials, but this little guy's right around $47.99. So right under 50 bucks. But again, for a little EDC that you can carry in your left pocket, whether you use a slip or not, it goes in just like nobody's business, weighs very little. .15 ounces, 1.7 ounces with the slip, so it's not going to weight you down in your extra carry. And it will get the job done. From basic grooming to cleaning your fingernails, to pulling out splinters, to cutting paracord, to opening boxes, to making detail cuts if you've got to cut out a label, cutting out stickers. Really, there's not a lot that you're going to run into between the hours of 9 and 5 that you won't get done with this little knife. And I really enjoy it. And guys, thank you for taking the time to watch the video. If you're so inclined, please hit that subscribe button, that bell notification icon. Most importantly, please look out for the guy or gal to your left. Please look out for the guy or gal to your right. Please look out for each other. Go forward with love in your heart. Choose debate, not hate. I love you all. Peace.